This is the Vesper 20 degree down quilt by Therm-a-Rest. This quilt is touted as a powerhouse that balances weight, performance, and packability. It uses some of the best materials available and the quality is outstanding. Yet despite all of this, I have one serious issue with this quilt. I hate it. Oh my God, dude. When did this start? When did this become a thing? Oh, Vesper. If you're unfamiliar, Therm-a-Rest has a great reputation for making high quality outdoor products. And on paper, the Vesper follows suit. It's rated to a 32 degree comfort level, weighs only 19 ounces, although my scale puts it closer to 21 ounces, packs down to the size of about a Nalgene bottle, and it lofts up incredibly well due to its 900 fill hydrophobic down. And when you combine that with the 10D DWR treated nylon shell, this setup absorbs 90% less water than untreated down and dries 3 times faster. Simply put, it's an ultralighter's dream quilt, backed by a reputable manufacturer. So because of this, I picked one up about 2 years ago, and I've been using it as my main quilt ever since. So I would consider this a long-term review or overview of the Vesper. Overall, I have spent about 20 nights with this quilt in all 4 seasons with several different sleeping pads. Now, one thing I hate is spending money on gear that doesn't fit well with my kit or my backpacking style. But what really drives me crazy is spending money on gear that doesn't live up to its stated claims or specifications. And I genuinely feel the Vesper falls into this category. At a price point of roughly $400, it's a hard pill to swallow when the product doesn't perform as advertised. This snap is literally the easiest snap to undo. It's freaking frustrating. My main issue with this quilt, the reason I dislike it so much, is its claimed comfort rating of 32 degrees is just false. There are a few reasons for this, which I'll get into in a moment, but truth be told, I wouldn't take this quilt past 40 degrees without supplementation. I get cold spots all over the place with this quilt, partly due to its baffling system. These particular baffles allow down to easily migrate around your torso when you shift at night, creating areas completely void of down. It also makes sleeping on your side like almost impossible. Now, if my quilt were wider, this is just the regular version, this might be alleviated, and maybe that's on me. Maybe I should have gotten the larger quilt. But the regular version of the Vesper has a width of 58 inches, which Enlightened Equipment considers wide for their quilts. So what I'm trying to say, and not very well, is the sizing of the quilt has nothing to do with the reason why it underperforms. And here I'll show you. All right, so keep your eyes peeled all on the side of the quilt here. I'm gonna roll around pretty aggressively, and I want you to see if this lifts up or not, which if it does, that's really bad. That might be a reason why this quilt underperforms, but again, I don't think it's a sizing issue. So here we go. So even though this has 900 fill down, has been properly stored and maintained, and despite fluffing and trying to move the down and using the warmest pad on the market, the result is always the same: cold spots and semi-sleepless nights. And there's one thing above all that makes the Vesper perform below or above its claimed 32 degree comfort rating. Now, this is something I noticed from day one with this quilt, and when you see it, you'll understand. So I was rolling around in the Vesper a little bit, and I'm just going to pop her open to see where the cold spots are going to be, because I know they're going to be in there. Let's just lift her up, and I'll try not to shift the down as I'm doing this. And okay, you can kind of see a glaring one there. Oh, wow, look at that one down there. I mean, in all fairness, maybe that was for me lifting it up, but I don't think so. So I'm just going to try to fluff her up again real quick. I'm just going to pretend like I'm in the field. So I'm going to try to do it on the pad and see if we can eliminate some of these cold spots. Okay, let's see how we did. So let's be gentle. And there you have it, folks. Little bit of a cold spot there, but I mean, a cold spot here and there, small ones are kind of to be expected. Okay, so you can redistribute the down. I'm gonna pop in the bag again, I'm gonna toss around a bit, and we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see how we did. So, pretty big one right there. It looks like it's on the seam down there. So even with just a little bit of rolling around, you can tell that cold spots do appear, and they will continue to appear the longer that you do shuffle and shift around. It's absolutely no wonder why this quilt gets cold spots. And in my humble opinion, there is just not enough down to create a proper insulating layer, or down has migrated into places that I can't move it back into. You can achieve even coverage before bed by fluffing and redistributing the down, but after a while, especially if you're an active sleeper like me, cold spots just start to appear. So overall, my experience with the Therm-a-Rest Vesper 20-degree down quilt has been kind of subpar. This is new. This has never happened before. Oh, and it's undone. Although it does excel in some areas, such as weight, packability, water resistance, it seriously misses the mark on its most important job, keeping me warm. And because of that, I simply cannot recommend this quilt. And me personally, I've moved on from the Vesper and I'm trying out other options. I'm currently testing the Laurel Design Spirit 28 synthetic quilt. Kind of interesting. I plan on doing an initial impression video because I've only used it for one night so far. So if you've owned a Vesper, seriously, I want to hear from you and I want to hear about your experiences because I've seen both like glowing and negative reviews about this quilt. Subscribe for more gear reviews and I'll see you in the backcountry.